Pack our dance bag with us to get ready for our next competition tomorrow. I'm starting out by removing everything out of it from the last competition. Yes, I am slack and did not do this ahead of time. I am getting her warm up together, which is what she also wears for awards, and packing that in the bag. I noticed we did not have her shoes that go in here for awards, so she went and grabbed those. We have our handy dandy little checklist that I made for everyone in our group. So we're starting out with our makeup. So basically, I'm going to go through the checklist and she's going to pull the things that need to be packed in the bag as we go. First up is moisturizer, foundation, blush, eyeliner, eyeshadow, mascara, false lashes, which I have two different things of, not sure which one I'm going to use yet. And then lash glue. We do have the one that is like the liquid, and then we have one that's the pen. I feel like the liquid sticks a little bit better. And then lipstick, concealer. The only thing we were missing was makeup wipes, which I did find those after filming the video and put those in the bag. After all the makeup's been packed, then we pack up all of our brushes and stuff that we need. And then next we are going to move on to hair. So for hair, we are going to start out with a brush. I do have two different kinds of brushes. One that I just kind of detangle her hair with, and then another one that I use for smoothing. And then small combs and hairspray. So I do keep her hairspray, any gel, and the water bottle in a separate bag just so that it does spill, it doesn't get onto anything. There's also an edge brush, a bun donut, bobby pins, a ton of bobby pins, and then hair ties. So we basically just took out all her colored hair ties and put in the blonde hair ties to use for the competition. And then we had to make sure we had her hair pieces. She doesn't have a lot of hair pieces. One that just goes in for the high pony. It's one that's kind of jeweled and glittery. And then ones that go around her bun donut. It's just a braid, which is what I was looking at here. She just recently had her hair highlighted. So we'll probably have to use the lighter one at this competition. And then now I'm just double checking the costumes. So again, this is from the last competition where I just threw everything in the bottom of the bag and did not do anything with it. So I'm taking the fishing line off the headband and then putting it in the front and then hanging the costumes back up on their hangers. So hopefully they can de-wrinkle a little bit. If not, then I'll just steam them. And for hip hop, we already have shoes that are in the bag, in the bottom of the bag. So now I'm moving on to her tap costume. It's already in there. And then I throw the tap shoes in the bag as well, zip it up. Now for her jazz. Costume's in there, headband is in there as well. Made sure there weren't no fishing line attached to it, and then threw her jazz shoes in. And then that's the hat for her tap costume, which I do keep that separate. I don't pack it in the bag. We have another bag that says like skin and stuff. So I just make sure we have our Q-tips, but also our Hollywood tape, which is what we put on for their hip hop costume to make sure that their top does not ride up. Here I'm just double checking to make sure we have the needle and the fishing line to be able to sew on her headpieces and stuff, which also tweezers for her eyelashes. We keep Band-Aids. I do have a mirror. I also keep pain relievers, a sewing kit, Tied to Go for any mishaps in a first aid kit. So I'm just checking the first aid kit. Bristol wanted to add some emoji Band-Aids in with it. The little blue thing is a pop-up stool. We do have a portable fan that we keep in the bag, which has been amazing in the dressing room because it does get so hot in there.